Students, please remain standing. Members of the audience, please rise for the playing of the national anthem. Guardians, family members, special friends, alumni, underclassmen, and distinguished guests. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us to celebrate this very important day in the lives of our graduates. To ensure that all of our students and families have fond memories of the day, I ask the following of all attendees. Please remain seated for the duration of the program. Re-entry will not be permitted. Please refrain from any actions that may detract from loved ones hearing their students' names when called. Please do not come forward to take photographs. Today's ceremony will be videotaped, and Mr. Nissen will be taking individual photos of all of our graduates. Students will be provided a link for the photos free of charge, and they will also be posted on all of our social media pages. At this time, I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize the leadership of Toledo Public Schools. Mrs. Stephanie Eichenberg, President of our school board. Dr. Romulus Durant, CEO and Superintendent of Toledo Public Schools. Mr. Ryan Steck-Schulte, Treasurer and CFO. Mr. James Gant, Executive Transformational Leader of Organizational Staff and Business Operations. Mr. James Galt, Executive Transformational Leader of Curriculum and Instruction. Mrs. Linda Myers, Transformational Leader, K-12 Education. Mr. Chad Henderly, Transformational Leader of Process and Information. Dr. Amy Allen, Transformational Leader of Early Childhood and Special Education. Mr. Brian Murphy, Transformational Leader of Strategic Planning and Process. Mrs. Linda Bringman, Transformational Leader of Human Resources. Mr. Richard Rucher, Assistant Treasurer. Mrs. Angela Jordan, Executive Assistant to the Superintendent. Ms. Treva Jeffries, Executive Director of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. Mr. John Krajewski, Assistant Transformational Leader. Mrs. Patty Mazer, Senior Director of Communications. Mrs. Jennifer Spores, Assistant Transformational Leader. And last but not least, Ms. Kelly Welch, Assistant Transformational Leader. Toledo Early College is fortunate to have the support of numerous community members and other individuals who work closely with our faculty and staff in support of our students. First and foremost, thank you to the leadership of Toledo the University of Toledo, and especially Dr. Kottmiller, Mr. John Adams, Mrs. Carrie Dilworth, and countless others from the University of Toledo for your steadfast commitment to TEC. Thank you to Dr. Thomas Brady and numerous community members who also serve as members of our school's governance board. To Mr. Emilio Ramirez and Mr. Kevin Dalton, presidents of our teachers and administrative unions. Thank you to the officers of our school's parent organization. All of these individuals and countless others have played integral roles in the lives of our students and have enabled us to provide them with exceptional educational opportunities. To all of our parents and guardians of today's graduates, without your sacrifice and commitment, today would not be possible. The staff and I are deeply humbled and honored for being a part of your children's educational journey. At this time, parents and guardians, please stand and be recognized. Finally, to our graduates. Wow, you made it. Every year we reflect on the impact of each graduating class. You too are leaving a lasting legacy at TEC. You are officially the largest graduating class from our school with 58 graduates this year. Congratulations. Daily, the staff and I are reminded that students at TEC face challenges that typical high school students do not. We challenge you to be risk takers and to push yourselves to new limits. All that you have accomplished has its rewards, but we also know it did not come without unmeasurable cost. You are here today as a testament of your dedication, hard work, perseverance, and at times, sheer will. Your TEC family and community are all extremely proud of your successes and all that you have become. I'm a firm believer in traditions, so I will give you the same advice that I've given to the last 3 graduating classes at Toledo Early College. So here goes. Continue being excellent, first and foremost. Be courageous as you have been. Try new things. Explore the world. Don't be afraid of failure. Rejoice in your successes. Continue to challenge the establishment in order to make the world a better place. I'm asking you to do it respectfully. And please, don't forget where home is. Remember those who helped to nurture and shape you, your family and friends, as well as your TEC family and friends. Each year, our alumni return with tales of their adventures, their trials, tribulations, and of course their joy. You too will have great stories to tell. The staff and I extend an open invitation to all of you to always return to TEC and share with our future generations your stories of your experiences at our school and life beyond. As you venture into the world, please don't forget to keep contributing as you have over the past 4 years, whether it is in Toledo or beyond. The world needs you today and will need you in the future. So keep striving for excellence for yourselves and for the betterment of mankind. Okay, so at this time we have some students who have excelled in the classroom. We will start off with our valedictorian speech. So now a word for Sophia Jigley. That was her sister from last year, my apologies. So Sophia, who has earned the distinction as being the valedictorian of this year's class. Sophia.
Thank you, Mrs. Berman, and thanks to everyone here celebrating the class of 2019. Brevity is not my strong suit, but I'll try to keep this quick. I've been racking my brain for something meaningful to say, but all I could think of were letters. I decided to use these letters to describe the 3 key components of everyone's favorite S word, success. First, I'd like to talk about preparation. I've noticed 2 main groups arise within college-bound high school graduates. The ones with detailed flowcharts about their future, and the ones simply going with the flow. Most of us up here have our futures figured out, but that doesn't mean that plans won't change. Whichever group you're in, it's good to have a strategy, but the most successful people are those able to adapt. I think this is best illustrated with a story. During my acceptance interview, I met with Mr. Bolin, a teacher with a notoriously dry sense of humor. He started by asking, "Why do you want to come here? This is where fun comes to die." These 4 years, we've sacrificed the typical high school experience of pep rallies and high school sports, but it's a price worth paying for the life skills we've learned in their place. Leadership, teamwork, and above all, knowledge. The moral of that story is, you're going to face sacrifices throughout your lives, so embrace them. The last and most crucial factor of success is synergy, a search for balance between your social, personal, and professional lives. Graduates, look around. Almost everyone on this stage has a job, a social life, and were once full-time college students. Some of us already have college degrees. That's success. For those still figuring it out, you can make it. You will make it. We did. Now, it doesn't take a spelling bee champion to notice that the word success is spelled with more than these 3 letters. Yet most people share a common fear that seeking help from others detracts from their own success. However, utilizing the help of others promotes yet another S word, solidarity. As you move forward, don't forget the people you're leaving behind. They're the ones who've helped shape you into the person you've become. These connections form in different ways, but family has always been my source of support. Last year, my sister gave the Salutatorian address, and honestly, I can't even remember what she said. But what I can tell you is how it made me feel. It was emotional, but mostly it made me feel like I had a lot to live up to. She's always done that. So thank you, Katie, for continually challenging me to push beyond my limits, and sometimes even yours. Trying to be superhuman is a trait we both get from our mom. Her genuinely kind-hearted selflessness, even in the face of my teenage melodrama, is aspirational. Thanks simply isn't enough, Mom. Graduates, I ask that you cherish your role models, for their lessons will teach you how to leave your own mark on the world. Today is also special to me because it's the day many of our lives change forever, but also because it's the birthday of one of the most influential people in my life, my dad. He isn't here today, but I know if he was, he'd say this. Education is a privilege, so don't waste it. Looking across this stage, I know ours won't be. Our achievements are the testament to the Toledo Early College education. We have set a precedent for a level of excellence that all future Toledo Early College students should aim to achieve. I have one last piece of advice before we continue celebrating. As coined by my favorite UT professor, Matt Foss, you have to work really hard to have an interesting life. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Oh, my dear. I'm looking at her. This will be a graduation to remember, right, Katie? Again, thank you, Sophia. At this time, I'd like to invite to the stage Kayla Musgrave for the salutatorian address. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to say thank you for coming today and celebrating with us as we graduate from Toledo Early College. I would like to start off by saying that public speaking really is not my thing. Coffee, makeup, shoes, those are my things. You can even ask my parents, who love to tell others about my first public speaking debut. The year was 2005, and it was my preschool Christmas program. According to them, I spent the entire musical performance crying my eyes out and holding the teacher's hand. The good news is, I've come a long way. No tears, and Miss Al will only hold my hand if I give her the signal. We have all come a long way since kindergarten. We mastered our ABCs in kindergarten. We learned multiplication and fractions in elementary school. We kept our parents up to the wee hours in the morning with those middle school science fair projects. We figured out everyone goes through an awkward stage in junior high, and we couldn't wait to leave that stage behind and go to high school. We met new friends in high school, and we tried to figure out why we need to learn MLA format. We navigated our high school classes mixed with our college courses. We volunteered. We learned to drive. We went to prom. We wanted to give up at some point, throw in the towel, but we didn't. We survived, persevered, and look where we are now, trying to figure out the next step beyond what we were having for graduation dinner tonight. Some of us have figured it out, and some of us have not, but the good news is that no matter what the future holds, everything you really need to know about how to live and what to do, you learned in kindergarten. According to author Robert Fulghum, wisdom is not at the top of the graduate school mountain, but rather there in the Sunday school sandpile. So, in order to live a meaningful life, remember the following things. Share everything, except maybe your toothbrush, because that's gross. Put things back where you found them, especially if you got them from your brand new college roommate. Wash your hands before you eat. I am sure every one of our science teachers can tell you why that is a good idea. Take a nap every afternoon, because sometimes we get cranky. Flush. Need I say more? And most importantly, no matter how old you are, when you go out into the world, it is best to hold hands and stick together. Thank you.
On behalf of the class of 2019, Zoe Skeldon, class president, will be leaving a few parting words.
Thank you to all of the amazing staff at Toledo Early College for giving us the opportunity to grow and learn as young adults over the past 4 years. More specifically, I'd like to thank Mr. Nissen for being the best class advisor we could have asked for and for his diligence in ensuring that our class was able to have the best time possible. We've experienced a lot together, and thus it has made us stronger. Due to the effort that we've put forth in the past 4 years, it has truly set us apart from previous classes. Having senior week with each other has brought us together more than I ever thought, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this class and to celebrate all of our accomplishments today. I'm so thankful to be surrounded by such an amazing group of people, and I see nothing but success for our future endeavors. I've been so honored to support and represent our class for the past 2 years, and I think I'm speaking for all of us when I say thank you to Toledo Early College, our friends, our family, and especially our parents for all the amazing opportunities that we've been given over the past 4 years. The class of 2019 would like to announce and present to Mrs. Berman that our class gift will be a $500 scholarship for one deserving student in each of the next 4 graduating classes.
Thank you, Zoe, and to the class of 2019. We appreciate your very generous gift. We know in the next 4 years that at least one student will be able to further his or her education. Thank you again. In May of 1994, our superintendent was in the same spot as you are right now. He was eagerly anticipating graduation day. He received his diploma from Waite High School and set his sights on college. Dr. Durant earned 3 degrees from the University of Toledo, a Bachelor's of Education degree in 1998, a Master's of Education degree in 2002, and a doctorate degree in Education Administration and Supervision in 2007. He began his career in education in 1999 as a teacher for Toledo Public Schools. He then served as a dean, an assistant principal, a principal, Assistant Superintendent, and is now CEO and Superintendent for the same school district he graduated from. Since becoming superintendent, a positive momentum has been building across the district. In Dr. Durant's tenure as superintendent, Toledo Public Schools has seen its graduation rate increase 15 percentage points for all students and by 16 percentage points for both minority students and those who are economically disadvantaged. Additionally, Dr. Durant is particularly proud of using progressive measures such as college degree pathways and developing relationships with more than 100 industry partners that has increased the number of internships opportunities for 75 to more than 500. Dr. Durant is very cognizant of making sure that there are attractive paths for students seeking to attend college after graduation. In addition to adding National Honor Society chapters throughout the district, Dr. Durant's team has grown advanced placement courses from 4 to 23, and he has made sure 12 associate degree tracks have been developed for high school students. This emphasis has resulted in more than 800 TPS students amassing college credit. If you ask Dr. Durant to name a few highlights from the 2018-19 school year, he might respond with this. For the first time in the history of Toledo Public Schools, one of the district's teachers, Mrs. Mona Al-Hayani, who is a TPS graduate and a TEC teacher, has been named Educator of the Year for the state of Ohio. Toledo Public Schools can now boast back-to-back state championships in girls Division II basketball thanks to the Lady Rams of Rogers High School. TPS Proud isn't just a catchphrase for Dr. Romulus Durant. It's everything he does and says and wears. Dr. Durant shows unwavering commitment to Toledo Public Schools and his hometown. He hopes that the members of the class of 2019 adopt that same philosophy. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Durant.
Good afternoon. Oh, good afternoon. Again, it's an honor and a pleasure to each and every year to shake the hands of every graduate in TPS. Understanding that every student who crosses this stage has a story to tell about their endeavors, their challenges, their heartache, but more importantly today, their accomplishment. But I want to say congratulations to our staff. We give them a round of applause for these graduates today. Parents, I want to give yourself a round of applause because this diploma not only reflects and represents them, but they represent you each and every day with the work you put behind them. And last but not least, congratulations to the largest graduating class of Toledo Early College. You are to be commended because that means a support system amongst each other that you carried each and every one of you to this stage. Congratulations, I take my hat off to you. Round of applause. I tell you, early college is a school like no other. Understand, one, in the first time in Northwest Ohio, you have Mrs. L, the Teacher of the Year in the state of Ohio. At the same time, we have back-to-back Jefferson Award winner for student leadership 2 years straight. Toledo Early College represents Northwest Ohio and Washington, D.C. But when you go into the characteristics of Toledo Early College, understand it's one of the most diverse schools in Ohio. Whether you're talking about race, ethnicity, religion, you name it, the diversity in this school is second to none. But it's a capacity of growing and understanding each other that prepares them for the world of tomorrow. At the same time, the opportunity that exists in early college, very few have the opportunity to achieve. Understand, we had 7th and 8th graders. The 8th grade is the largest class in the state of Ohio to take college courses in the state. We have one of the largest in the state in 8th graders. But at the same time, these students have an ability to achieve an associate degree, as well as almost a bachelor's degree of 90+ credit that has caused the parents, as well as no other, but as a support of taxpayers, to see that these students get college credit that allows them not to rack up debt as they move on into their endeavors. But at the same time, these students have shown that they're more than just high school students, they're college students, doing them both simultaneously each and every day. They have to walk the campus of the University of Toledo just like any other, understand their syllabus and communicate to their instructors just like no other. And they have stepped up to show the maturity, no matter what their age is, to do that. I take my hat off to you and commend each and every one of you. Continue to strive on and be strong. Students, I'll leave you with some points. Understand the advice I've given to me, the advice to given to you. Never underestimate anything in life. Understand, never underestimate, no matter how big, how small, how easy, and as well as how hard. I tell people in essence a story that one day as I was driving down the expressway, there was a truck that was a little further away, and it looked like the person did landscaping business. And as you can see, there were tree branches that he had cut off. One of the branches had flown off in the road. It was a little branch. Now I looked at that branch, and I was coming down the expressway. I could have swerved around it, or I could have ran over it. I ran over it, right? I underestimated that branch. You understand? Because the minute I hit that branch, my tire light went on. And so my tire immediately went flat. Now understand, I had run flats, meaning I could drive 50 miles per hour on it. It'll keep me safe. When I get to the auto dealership, they took that tire off. Understand, they gave me that little branch. I held it in my hand. That little branch once went through the sidewall of the tire, so now I got to get a new tire. That little branch was so strong, it went through my rim and put a huge hole in the rim. I had to buy a new rim too. Do you understand? When you underestimate things, it's going to cost you in life. Sometimes it could be your own life. Never underestimate these things and take them for granted. At the same time, listen. Listen is one of the greatest attributes of a person. When you listen, you receive, ultimately allows you to achieve. Understand, it makes you coachable, it makes you teachable, it makes others want to do more for you when they hear you listening. A young man stopped me the other day because I was moving in and he was moving out in the same complex. And he said, Dr. Rand, I want to stop by to talk to my mother. I was just talking about you yesterday. And I said, well, tell me why. And he said, well, you don't know, but I had transferred from a private and I decided to come to one of your schools. I went into the precision program you talked about. And guess what? After graduation, I signed a contract for $70,000 right when I graduated. I told my mom, you understand why I heard him talk about this? I heard him speaking at the church when he visited us on Sundays. See, you understand, his opportunity presented itself at a location he wasn't expecting. It changed his life. Understand, you're going to hear a conversation that ultimately could change your life. Going to early college is one of them. You're going to have many other experiences, but you got to keep your ears open to hear it. Because ultimately, if you don't hear it, you won't see it. You won't listen to it. At the same time, I tell people, and I tell kids all the time, I get called to the day because people say, I heard you at graduation, Dr. Rand. I'm calling you now. At the same time, I tell you, you say nothing, you get nothing. A closed mouth don't get fed, my father always tells me. I'm telling you, you need letter recommendation. You email me and I will get you one. You need support for jobs. You need support internships, whatever it is, I will help you get one. If not, the team will help you get one. The school will help you get one. Continue to ask, continue to strive on, continue to listen. At the same time, a point of work ethic and planning. Understand, you have to have work ethics. You got to develop and train it each and every day. And you got to plan day to day, week to week, year to year. To be able to have that, and more importantly, with the work you're going to put behind it. And I tell you, continue to work on that work ethic. Because I tell people, college is not rocket science. You don't have to be a brain surgeon to graduate from college. You just have to have grit to continue taking a class after class, continue to do work after work, and turn them in and be there. Just as simple as that. Continue to do that because you've shown that you've had the will to not only come to high school, but you went to college just as well. You will all have the opportunity to be great college graduates, but more importantly, you will be within a career that ultimately you're an asset to that company just by the work ethic you developed here at Toledo Early College. I tell you, you don't need to make room for passion because passion will make room for you. Understand that. LeBron James don't make room for basketball. Basketball makes room for him. You understand that? Beyonce don't make room for music. Music makes room for her. Understand what's in your passion. Continue to grow within that. Because I tell people, passion is what makes money. Not the career opportunity, but the passion itself. Usain Bolt is the fastest man. He's been the fastest man for 12 years consecutive. In 2004, he finished last in the 100 meters in the Olympics. He refocused. His passion said, I need to have fun running. And when he did that, he had outran everybody. This man makes multi-million dollars for just running. Right? This man made multi-million dollars for just running. But people pay for that passion for what is running. If you're a barber, be the best barber out there. Make multi-millions because people are passionate about you being a barber. Again, continue to live within that passion. At the same time, budget yourself. People, it's rough out here. Right, Mom and Dad? It's rough out here. I mean, gas ain't 80 cents like it used to be. I used to fill up on $2 to be happy. $2 don't even get me back home. Students, you got the budget, but more importantly, spend within your means. You don't always need to eat out, because that'll take your money real quick. Don't develop bad habits. That'll take your money real quick. At the same time, develop a savings system. Let me tell you about my graduation. She said 1994, I graduated, I was happy. Went home, as a matter of fact, I slept in the next day. I woke up around 12, there was a sticky note on my mirror. It said, rent due on the 30th. You understand me? My dad left me and said, love, Dad. Now, when I talked to Dad, Dad told me that was a family discount. $300. I paid $300 4 straight years through the bachelor program. And when I graduated, I came home. And my dad congratulated me. But guess what he did? He went to the closet and pulled out this jar. And that jar had every $300 I had given him over those 4 years. He said, I wanted to show you something. I wanted to teach you something. I wanted you to be a man out here and understand saving system. If you could separate yourself to pay for something, you could do well in this life. This isn't my money, this is your money. And he said there, so again, don't be mad at me when you wake up tomorrow. Some of you are going to have rent due on the 30th. Don't say that to me. Some of you getting ideas right now, like, wait a minute. You got me going up here, people. Again, mentorship. Parents, if you're empty in the nest today, I say you pick up a mentee. If you empty the nest today, pick up a mentee and change the life of someone else as you've done to them. Students, I ask you to find a mentor. But more importantly, be a mentor when time is right. Understand, mentorship is great. Mentorship is a time of deliverance. I said ultimately I do a program in New York every year, and I go and they said, Dr. M, I want you to mentor. And I said, I can't mentor here in New York. I got kids that I mentor in Toledo, and it's tough for me to mentor in New York. I said, oh, great kid, don't worry about it. He's in private school, everything's good. All you just got to do is talk to him, be a male role model. He didn't tell me, one, the kid just got kicked out of a private school. Two, he was just getting out of jail for punching windows out. And then when I go to knock on the door, the mom come at the door yelling at me in Spanish. I had no clue other than her saying, take him with you. Now, I went back to New York and told them, every light-complected person with a goatee isn't Puerto Rican. So I don't know Spanish like that. But at the same time, I took that young man in. I took it for 1 month. And 1 month, I did what I do, and I trained, and that breaks me down most. He had so much growth in 30 days, he had put on 20 pounds of muscle before I knew it. And he had a different respect because he saw the transformation in him physically. He realized I could do this mentally. And he went back to transform himself. Kids started wanting to be trained by him, and now he owns his own fitness center. What I'm telling you is you have an ability to see change in somebody. See that change in somebody. Mom and Dad, you have an ability to see change in someone else. See that change in someone else that ought to me can make a difference. I'll leave it on the last because I tell kids all the time, because this is what I live by. You don't have to go nowhere. Don't go nowhere to find celebrities, because your celebrity sits in this room. I don't want you to look for another celebrity. I want you to look in that room. That's your celebrity. Understand, don't celebrate the accomplishment of another person. Don't celebrate the championship and accomplishment of a LeBron James or whoever else, because there's nothing to the championship they have. Their accomplishment and their greatest accomplishment is you on this stage today. Which is that? Give yourself a round of applause. So I leave you with that I am TPS proud. I'm a proud graduating high school class of 94. But today, you are all TPS proud. You are all class graduates of Toledo Early College, class of 2019. Give them all a round of applause.
Thank you, Dr. Durant. For the past 2 years, we have invited a TEC alumni to impart a few words to our graduates. Ms. Selena Arriaga is a member of the class of 2009. She was third in her graduating class and was a three-time school representative for the Character Council Award, twice for Grove Patterson and once for Toledo Early College. She graduated from honors from the University of Toledo with dual degrees in psychology and communications, all by the age of 20. She later received her IT certification through Google. Ms. Arriaga lived and worked in Chicago before moving back to Toledo and buying a home. She currently works in the IT department of the Zeph Center, a local nonprofit that provides behavioral health and vocational services to youth and adults with severe and persistent mental illness. She is also a member of the Latino Alumni Association at the University of Toledo. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Arriaga.
Good afternoon to the graduates, students, faculty, family, and friends. First of all, I want to say congratulations to the class of 2019. Not only have you successfully completed your 4 years of high school, you did so at a school with an excellent rating from the Ohio Department of Education. What a testament that is to your hard work and the hard work of the amazing faculty. I'm sure I do not have to convince anyone here that it was indeed hard work. Graduates, you have done rocket stages, MLARC, National History Day projects, and passed college classes as young teenagers, just to name a few things. Everything from here on out will be child's play. Kidding, of course. Exactly 10 years ago on this date, May 21st, 2009, I was sitting where you all are as a graduate of the first class of Toledo Early College, and here are some things I want to share with you that I've learned in the past decade. There is no blueprint. As much as you may think you have your journey mapped out, life happens. For me, shortly after graduating from UT, my plan was to move away from Toledo. So I moved to Chicago and started working for a digital marketing company firm in a skyscraper on Michigan Avenue. I loved my life in Chicago and the people from there that were so proud to welcome me to their city. Although after a couple of years there, I decided to move back to my hometown, as hard as it was to leave the land of deep dish pizza. For me, Toledo is home, with my supportive family, friends, coworkers, and community. The job I love, and my doggie. I've learned to take pride in where I was raised, volunteer, and try to do my part in helping better this community. If I may quote Evan Sanders in his book, The Better Man Project, he writes, "It's not the things we have, the money we make, the photos we take, or the popularity we gain that defines us. It's the unforgettable marks we make on others' hearts and lives that will cause us to bloom. It's leaving people a little better off that matters." From the things I have heard about this class, I have no doubt that you all will do just that. Earlier, you heard what I like to think of as my highlight reel. Not included are the disappointments, like when you don't get the job you thought you wanted. I am thankful for all the things I have experienced this far, including what I thought were disappointments, because it has led me to where I am now and shaped me into who I am. It really is true. One door closes, another one opens, and if not, find a window. To me, failure isn't when you don't succeed, it's when you don't try. Always give it your best shot, class of 2019. Something else I've learned this past decade is how important it is to take care of yourself. Things can get tough, and when they do, I encourage you to reach out to someone or to your support system. I know I could not do this alone. I am beyond grateful for my wonderful parents, grandparents, family, and friends. I'm also grateful for the Toledo Early College family. Whenever I needed something from the faculty, I knew I just had to reach out, no matter how long it had been. I hope you all will do the same. Some of my best friends are also alumni from my class and later graduating classes. They are all phenomenal people I have in my life thanks to this school, as well as other alumni I get to keep in contact with via social media, rocking it out in their daily lives. Class of 2019, do your best, be young, travel, volunteer, and enjoy yourselves. Once again, congratulations to you all. Very proud to have you as the newest members of Toledo Early College alumni and cannot wait to see the amazing things you will do. Thank you.
Thank you, Selena. On behalf of the Ohio Department of Education, I'd like to present our Valedictorian, the Ohio Senate's Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement, Sophia. I'd like to also present her with this momentum in recognition of outstanding academic achievement and leadership by the administration and faculty of Toledo Early College. Kayla Musgrave, come on up. I'd also like to present to Kayla the Ohio Department of Education's Medal of Achievement. As well as our scholarship award in recognition of outstanding academic achievement and leadership, again, by the administration and faculty of our school. Thank you again, ladies, for your outstanding academic achievements and your scholarship. As an early college, we have the mandate to ensure that all students have the opportunity to earn 24 to 60 college credit hours. Each of you have fulfilled that obligation, and several of you have earned much more than that. If you earned 55 or more college credits, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. This year, you may notice, if you've been to a few of our graduations or any TPS graduation, typically the tassels are all the same color. Please take a look. We have lots of different colors out there. In fact, there are 16 colors. Most of our students have the blue and gold. However, this year, we have 15 students who have earned another distinction. This year, we are proud to announce that 15 of our students have already graduated from the University of Toledo with their associate degrees, and that occurred on May 4th. This is a new measure and a new mark for our students. Will you all please stand and be recognized? You may be seated. And just to clarify, their tassels represent the college from which they will be graduating with their bachelor's degree. The Department of Education recognizes students who have established themselves and earned an honors diploma. The following students, please stand and be recognized. Grace Hines, Sophia Jigley, and Mackenzie Robinson. Thank you, ladies. The Ohio Department of Education also recognizes students who have demonstrated proficiency in English and at least one other language with a seal of biliteracy. Diala Al-Souf, please come forward to receive your award. Additionally, our students have earned many accolades and awards this year in their scholarships. They have earned over $1 million, specifically $1,026,958. Congratulations to all for a job well done. At this time, I'd like to present the class of 2019 to our school board president, Mrs. Eichenberg. On behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff, I certify that the members of the class of 2019 have fully met all the mandates and requirements as set forth by Toledo Public Schools and the Ohio Department of Education.
Thank you, Ms. Furman. I'm honored to accept the class of 2019 on behalf of the Toledo Public Schools Board of Education. I do believe I might be the last person between them and their diplomas, so I will be brief in my remarks. First, I would like to thank you, the parents, guardians, grandparents, relatives, and mentors, for all the support you've provided to these phenomenal graduates. Our students are successful both because of their own hard work, but because of your support as well. Next, I would like to thank the teachers, administrators, and staff who work every day to surround these students with respect for and a love of learning, and who teach our students about the hard work that is truly the path to success. To you, the graduates, it is an honor to speak to you today. This is the third time I've been able to speak to TEC graduates, but it is my first year as a parent of a TEC student. I have a better appreciation for the hard work and self-discipline each of you demonstrated to not only meet these graduation requirements, but to truly smash right through them and begin your college career at the same time, some of you with a degree to boot. You've done this as a member of a unique and diverse student set, a group that truly finds and leans into opportunity wherever you see it. As a representative of the Board of Education, I congratulate you on finding your path at such a young age. I hope that you will continue to honor the opportunity you were granted and so successfully seized, and I ask just a few more things of you as you enter the world. First, I ask that you find ways to be of service to your community, whether your chosen path is in a helping profession like medicine, social work, or education, or whether you intend to conquer the business world, pursue a career in the arts, or add to our scientific knowledge. There will be ways to serve your community. You have the talent and the determination to use those professions and talents to benefit others. You may consider offering your professional services to those who cannot afford them with diverse opportunities such as medical mission trips, consulting as a scientist to solve some of our most urgent problems in the poorest parts of the world, or volunteering in a law clinic, or utilizing your creative talents to better your environment. But you don't need to wait to be fully into your career. As you know, whichever college or university you have chosen, you will find there many student service opportunities, just as you have at early college. You have a deep well of talent to access. Be sure to share some of it. The world will be better for it. Second, I ask that you take care of you. And I just have to shout out to Ms. Musgrave. I love all the comments about hand washing. It's a part of it. I know you already know how to put in the late nights, and you have the ethic of hard work ingrained in you. I'm sure that sometimes the have to get done items take precedent over the probably should get done to take care of myself items. Keep in mind that you cannot complete the have to get done items unless you remain healthy. Please sleep and eat your vegetables. I say this every year. I don't know if anyone does it. You are the true digital natives, and for your entire lives, you have been processing information at a volume that human brains never have before. Give yourself a break sometimes. Unplug and tend to your mental health without any shame so that you really can walk the path that you have determined for yourself. Finally, I would ask that you never be afraid to alter your path. Sometimes in life, you can be 99.9% certain that you know your direction. And then that 0.1% opportunity presents itself. It's not only okay to pivot, it is brave. Be open. You never know what a willingness to change might bring about. The Romans passed down the idea that fortune favors the bold. So I ask you to not only be bold, but to share your fortune with others through service and to steward your good fortune by caring for yourself. We live in a time and a society that feels somewhat fractured and unsettled. But when I see you, our future, I have hope for a better world. Congratulations, graduates. I cannot wait to see all that you contribute to this world.
Thank you, Mrs. Eichenberg. To all, at this time, Ms. Oxner and Ms. Cole will assist us with the most important part of today's ceremony, the presentation of each graduate. As a reminder, photographs and videos will be made available to all graduates and parents. Mr. Nissen will post our photos on our school's Facebook page, and as I mentioned earlier, we'll also present you with a link to all of our photographs and videos. We ask for you to ensure that all names are heard as we recognize each of them. We recognize that there are a few glitches in our program. Students and families, we will ensure that these are taken care of and programs will be reprinted with your names. Thank you so much, Mrs. Oxner and Mrs. Cole.
Sophia Ray Jagley. Kayla Michelle Musgrave. Josephine Chinaza Aduba. Diala Mohammed Al-Saif. Ishmael Adele Ali. Drew Austin Amstead. Tyson Lamar Balknight. Davion Dominique Beach. Catherine Elizabeth Behrens. Justin Daniel Bick. Arthur Christopher William Bishop Maya Tavy Nicole Bishop. Sincere Faith Blackburn. Mackenzie Marie Brandon. Matthew John Broyles.
Alexandria Marie Bugay. Nolan Anthony Kramer. Eileen Berenice Dominguez. Elizabeth Ernie. Daviana Miracle Monet Estes. Jalen Anthony Fleming. Aubrey Louise Gall. Rania Garguri. Marshawn DeAndre Garrett. Denise Marie Graves Moore. Joyceana Jeremiah Green. Susie Eileen Hansen. Hannah Elaine Helfrich. Gregory Leon Lance Matchett Henderson. Grace Hines. Robin Jane Jackson. Allison K. Jacksetic. Jayshawn Marion Preston Johnson. Madison Marie Krause. Akia Kyer Lancaster. Kelvin Liu. Maria Machado. Julia Marie Mackey. Justin Thomas McIntyre. Cassandra Heather Nicole Petrie. Michael Darnell Quinn. Sean Dwayne Quinn. Angel K. Quisenberry. Vivian Marie Rabel. Alexis Marie Renault. Corey Work II. Kenzie Robinson. Anthony Michael Jennings Sabraki Jr. Zoe Grace Skeldon. Ruth Elizabeth Steele Hernandez. Leasia Thomas. Madison Ann Walfogel. Taylin Yvonne Wedge. Mariah Ray West. Aaron Lee White. Reynold Benjamin Worthington IV. John Keith Yerg II.
Before we conclude today's ceremony with a final ritual of our graduation program, please again remember to remain seated as the graduates leave the auditorium. The students will be taking their last group photo outside, and we will dismiss the audience once this is completed. Among the many traditions at our school over the years, the graduates walkabout is perhaps the most endearing. At this time, Mr. Nissen, please lead our students in their walkabout in the auditorium.
Yeah.
applause with your final act, the turning of the tassels.
My bad.
Fellow classmates, assist me in turning our tassels from the right side of our cap to the left side of our cap.
Congratulations, graduates. At this time, graduates, please proceed outside for your final photograph.